Hey YouTube, Kevin Cleary here with a knife sale for you. Gonna go through all of these individually in a second, but before I do, let me kind of give you the rules of the sale here. All prices are in US dollars and all prices do include shipping, but if it's under 100 bucks, it does not include tracking, okay? If you want tracking, you can go ahead and contact me about that on an individual basis. I do look for prompt payment because I often have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people looking for a knife, and it's not fair to everybody else if one person claims it and then doesn't pay for a long time when the others were ready and willing right away. If you want to buy one of these knives, please don't comment below and don't send a YouTube message. Both of those are rather unreliable. What I need you to do is email clearkevin@gmail.com, okay? clearkevin@gmail.com to buy any of these knives. I will try to keep everything updated either in the comments or in the description box itself. Also, that email will be in the description box, so if you didn't catch it, you can just look down and copy and paste an email from me from there, okay? So now that we've kind of gotten through all the rules, again, just one last reminder, if you want to buy a knife, you need to email clearkevin@gmail.com. You can use the comment section for asking questions, okay? That's a great thing because someone else might have that question about that knife as well. So that can actually be helpful for everyone. Okay, let's go ahead now and get into the knives themselves. Move everything out of the way that I'm not talking about at this moment. Okay, so let's start off with this, one of the new CRKTs for this year. This is the CRKT Directive, again in very good condition. I try to be really fair with these prices. Again, they all do include shipping. So on the CRKT Directive, I'm looking for $35. So there's the knife right there. If you want a lot of information about this, I have reviewed all of these knives. So you can go and look through my playlist and find out more about any one of these that we're talking about. Next up is the CRKT Jinx. Okay, this again is new for this year, CRKT. And for this guy, I'm looking for, again, $35. So in fact, all of these CRKTs that I'm showing you, I'm looking for $35 each, and that will be shipped. There is the CRKT Batum. Again, very recently reviewed. Now this knife does need to be touched up. It's a little dull, but I won't send it to you that way. I will sharpen it up first before I send it off, so you won't get a dull knife from me. This again, $35 for the Batum. Okay, next up, we'll get away from CRKT for a moment. I've got a Schrade SCH503b here, SCH503b. This one again is recently reviewed. It's a little heavy. The Sherlock is kind of a nice feature. And for some reason, these seem to sell at quite a high price, but I don't think it's worth what they sell for. So I'm just looking for 30 bucks shipped on this guy. All right, oh yeah, here we go. Next knife on the list is this guy here. This is the Real Steel Bushcraft folder. D2 steel, Scandi grind, very thick, comfortable handle. This is, you know, a really overbuilt folder. The drawback is it doesn't carry well in pocket. It's really designed to be carried in this sheath. And for all practical purposes, you pretty well need to carry it that way. Looking for $45 on that guy. What else? I've got another Real Steel here. This is the Real Steel 130A, D2 steel. There are a couple little scratches on this blade. Trying to show them to you here. Maybe it's on the other side. I don't know, maybe what I thought were scratches were just marks. This looks pretty good. There's a little line right here. But D2 steel, pretty nice knife, hollow ground, good edge, fairly comfortable. But for me, I'm just not a neck knife guy. I gave it my best shot to try it, but I'm just not into it. So this one's gonna be moving on. And I'm looking for 35 bucks on the Real Steel A30. Next up is the new for this year, Spyderco Polestar. Again, fairly recently reviewed. And this is definitely, you know, if you're a fan of the tenacious, stuff like that, you'll probably like this guy. BD1 steel. And this is actually, you know, I would call this even better than, whoops. I would call this even better than new because I've worked it in a little bit, I've cleaned it up, and it's working really, really nicely. So, Spyderco Polestar, 55 bucks is what I'm looking for on that. Again, that is shipped. Next up, the Buck 830 Marksman in S35 VN. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know the issues with this knife. The blade is just ridiculously thick, so I have reprofiled it. You can see I've got some use on it. There's a little bit of rubbing right there. And the tip, as it was reprofiled, didn't come out totally perfect. Let me see if I can show you there. It's pretty good, but it's not absolutely perfect, okay? You can almost see where this could be reprofiled a little bit further. Anyway, I have taken this back to a nice steep, 20 degrees per side, and it works pretty well as a cutting tool, but I am gonna let it go. And I'm only looking for 70 bucks on this guy, guys, which is, I think they asked 120 for them. So I've reduced the price quite a bit because of the fact that it's been reprofiled and because of the blade stock being so poorly done, or being so thick with very little distal taper. That's the real problem with the knife. Finally, one more. This is the expensive one in the batch. This is the Custom Knife Factory Morrf 4. Does come with all the original stuff. These are discontinued now and of course are very popular. What I'm looking for is $295 on this guy, and again that is tracked with shipping. Okay, I mean shipped with tracking. Wow. Can't seem to speak this morning. Those are all the knives. If you're after one of these guys, go ahead and shoot me an email, clearkevin@gmail.com. I will try to keep the description box updated with what is sold. You can also look in the description box and there'll be a list of all of these knives with the price beside it. So if you forget what I've said here, you can always just check down below. And as I say, as they sell, I will update that description box with the either SPF, meaning sold pending funds, or sold, meaning, yep, it's bought and paid for. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk to you soon.